Hi, I'm Mark Ernest. The Interprofessional Education and Development, or IPED course that you'll soon be starting will be taught using an instructional method that may be new to you. This method is called Team-Based Learning and is usually abbreviated as TBL. This module will describe TBL, both the rationale for using it and the mechanics of how each session will go. This module will help prepare you for success in the course. The specifics of TBL, I want to take just a minute to review the IPED course as a whole. As you are all aware, healthcare has changed dramatically in the last 100 years, becoming increasingly complex and subspecialized. For most of the last century, health professions education focused on keeping up with the explosive growth of new technology in each field, and focused much less attention to how that knowledge was deployed, or how each profession and discipline interacted optimally with the others to reach common goals for patients. You all know the results: poor quality of care, high rates of errors, and unintentional harm to patients. The IPED course and the interprofessional education experiences you will receive during your training are designed to reverse those trends. We want to prepare you to function well as team members and collaborators, and to prepare you to provide the best possible care for your patients. The course will focus on 3 competency domains that are shared by all health professions: teamwork and collaboration, ethics and values, quality and safety. The course is divided equally between these domains, and you'll get content from each interspersed throughout the course. There's more information about the content of those sessions in your syllabus, and I'll refer you there for any additional questions you may have about what the course will cover. The rest of this module will address some of the specifics of how the course will be conducted and how you can prepare to be successful. A small number of you will be taking the course online. The online course will have a different feel for the participants, but will have a very similar structure and intent. Everything covered in this module applies to those of you who will be taking the online module as well. As I already noted, one of the fundamental purposes of the IPED course is to prepare you to function effectively in interprofessional teams. By the time most of us reach adulthood, we feel pretty strongly that we are good collaborators and effective communicators. We've developed ways of doing things and interacting with others that are essentially automatic, and we tend to engage in the same patterns of communication and interaction over and over again. If we examine the evidence, we find that we are not as good as we think. The majority of errors in medical settings come from failures of communication and collaboration. They come from people doing what they've always done, assuming it's the best way or the only way to do things. The good news is that we have models for what effective communication and collaboration looks like, and good evidence that if employed, these models improve our performance and reduce errors and harm. Doing this requires examining well-ingrained habits, identifying which ones are ineffective, and replacing those habits with more effective communication and collaboration behaviors. Another challenge we face in developing effective skills and teamwork is that most traditional education models don't really require teamwork. If the ultimate goal is for an individual to do well on a test or write a quality paper, those goals are best met through individual effort. TBL changes that dynamic. Students do need to individually prepare for each session, but the work of each TBL session requires collaboration and teamwork. In TBL, the problem-solving objectives of each session must be accomplished together, collaboratively, as a team. We would encourage you to use each TBL session as an opportunity to reflect on yourself and your teammates. The purpose of each session is, of course, to learn the material in the session, but also to learn how you can grow and improve as teammates and collaborators. As a teaching and learning methodology, TBL is well established and has several demonstrated benefits. It promotes active learning and increases student engagement with the learning process. Students involved in TBL demonstrate higher quality communication processes, exactly the sort of processes that improve care and reduce errors. Students in TBL actually scored higher on assessment tests than did students taught in the same material by traditional methods. For these reasons and more, your faculty have selected TBL as the methodology in which to structure your interprofessional education experiences. The process for each session in the IPED course will follow the same basic structure. Each session will require some individual preparation. This may include reading articles, reviewing cases, watching videos, or completing online modules like this one. You'll be responsible for going to the Canvas course site and preparing yourself to participate each week. At the start of each session, you'll complete a brief 10-question Readiness Assurance Test, or IRAT. This will be a brief quiz that will assess your understanding of the basic concepts that will be applied in the TBL session. The IRAT will be the first thing you do when you get to the classroom. You'll need to have an average of 70% on all your IRATs to pass the IPED course. You'll take 8 IRATs this semester. The intention of the IRAT is exactly what it says. It is to ensure your readiness to participate in the class exercise. After everyone has turned in their IRAT, your team will complete the same quiz as a team. This is called the Team Readiness Assurance Test, or TRAT. This process assures the entire team is ready for the application. You'll quickly discover the value of teamwork when your team members share insights that perhaps didn't occur to you. The Team Readiness Assurance process, or TRAT, will take 20 to 30 minutes to complete. The TRAT will be slightly different from the IRAT in that you can make multiple attempts to get the answer correct. You'll take the quiz using a scratch-off card. Your team will get fewer points if you make multiple attempts at the same question. Over the course of the semester, your team will need to have an 85% average on the TRATs in order for you all to pass the course. After completing the TRAT, your team will apply the material you reviewed before class in an application exercise that will involve a collaborative team effort. These application exercises will involve solving complex problems and will culminate with your team making a single decision. Your team will have a limited amount of time to review the problem, discuss your options, and make a decision. When that time is up, you'll write your answer on a small whiteboard or poster board and present your answer to your facilitators and to the other teams in the room with you. That's one key feature of TBL. Your team will be working in parallel with 3 to 4 other teams who are working on the same problem. When you present your answer to the problem, they will present theirs as well. Your team will be asked to justify your answer and to challenge the answers of the other teams. You'll all discuss the process that led you to your decision and how you used the same principles, yet perhaps came up with different answers. As everyone knows, habits are hard to change. We all have habits we develop as individuals, and we have patterns of interactions we develop with others as well. Changing either requires a process of reflection, considering what happened, what worked, what could be improved, and then committing to a process that will improve those things that can be. We hope you'll use the IPED course as an opportunity to reflect on your own patterns of interacting with others. Some of the material you'll be learning will provide you with some of the models in which to consider your own patterns of behavior. For example, there will be a session where you work to understand your own style of managing conflict. Other sessions will focus on your communication preferences and how you choose to convey information to others. In other cases, you'll be left to do that reflection without a new model to consider, but simply using the experience of working in teams in the course. We hope you'll take every opportunity to do that. How did your team perform? How did you contribute? Did you engage your teammates in a way that was highly effective, or could you have improved your team's performance had you taken a different approach? The more you can understand yourself in this context, the better you'll be able to function in the complex and varied environments in which healthcare is delivered, to improve the quality of care provided and reduce the rate of unintended harm and errors. One key aspect of teamwork is giving and receiving feedback to the members of the team. During the IPED course, you'll be using a peer assessment tool called CIPE. The CIPE tool will have you rate yourself and your teammates on 5 dimensions of teamwork. After completing the ratings, you'll receive feedback from the process, and you'll be able to see how your peers rated you and how you compared with the rest of your team. The purpose of CIPE is to provide you feedback for improvement, not to grade you. You will be required to complete the CIPE evaluations as part of your participation in the course, but your grade and the grades of your teammates are not dependent on your CIPE score. We want you to be as honest as possible in completing the CIPE evaluation. Providing feedback to peers is an important professional transparency, and responding to feedback constructively is critical to professional growth. We encourage you to check your syllabus for the final details related to grading, but wanted to make you aware of some of the key components that will determine your grade. First, the class grade will appear on your transcript as a pass or fail. Requirements for passing include participation in all class activities and completion of assignments. An individual readiness assurance test or IRAT average score of 70 or more, and a team readiness assurance test or TRAT average of 85% or more. You may be aware interprofessional education is new, both locally and nationally. Our campus is unique in both how much we've committed to IPE, but also in how we've approached it. Many people nationally are watching our program and learning from what we do here. We're still learning and consider you to be vital partners in the process. As such, we really want and need your feedback. You'll receive periodic questionnaires from us about the course. We hope you'll take the opportunity to provide us with candid, constructive, professional feedback on how you've experienced the course. What worked well, what could be improved. Your input will be essential in helping us realize the goals of this program. In addition, each of you has a class representative to represent your profession to the course leadership. One of their jobs is to stay abreast of your experience and communicate that to us. Please share with your representatives your experiences, ideas, questions, concerns. We'll meet with them periodically through the semester, and we'll gather your feedback that way as well. Each of your degree programs has a faculty member who is a designated representative to the IPE Council. Their names are listed in your syllabus. Issues related to the class that are specific to your discipline and cannot be resolved through your representative should be discussed with a member of the council from your school. Finally, issues related to course logistics and problem solving can be referred to the course coordinator, Reese Rowland. Thanks for your time and attention. We'll look forward to seeing you soon in the IPED course.